Hey, welcome back, Raiders. This is Sean Quant here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today's video is the second part of a three-part series on upgrading the masteries of my six first full masteried champions. And this video is going to focus on the process of choosing the masteries that are going to be selected for my champions. All right, let's get into that right now. So the first one that I'm going to do is Kael. Kael, I think I know what I want with him. But as you can see, this actually feels pretty good saying I have all the masteries available for him. So the easy one for me is going to the support side. There's this one called Master Hexer. It has a 30% chance to extend the debuffs for one turn, and he has lots of poisons. So I'm definitely going to unlock that one. All right, now I'm going to jump back to the offense and use the next two on the offense. The first is going to be a selection on this row. That would be the tier 5. One more tier 5 I get. Kill streak increases the damage inflicted by 6% in an arena and 3% in all other locations for each enemy killed by this champion. Stacks across each round in a battle up to 12%. I kind of like that a lot. Next one is the Blood Shield. Gets a shield for one turn if he kills a champion. My Kael's rather squishy if you saw the previous video of him getting shellacked. So if you kill someone, having a shield would be quite nice. And the final one is increase champion. Oh, this is Stoked to Fury. Increases damage by 4% for each debuff. So I don't want to do that. I'll probably do this one, the Kill Streak, because he's one of my killers, and I use him in Arena and also in the dungeons. All right, now that leads to the final selection here. And it is my first tier 6 I'm unlocking. It's kind of exciting. War Master, 60% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking. Bonus damage equal to 10% of the target's max HP, so it's a flat 10% chance, or 4% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses. That's huge. 4% of a boss. Bonus damage can only occur once per skill and does not count as an extra hit. Enemy max HP. Okay. Next is Helm Smasher. Has a 50% chance of ignoring 25% of the target's defense. For skills that ignore defense, it's 25 is in addition to the amount ignored by the skill. So some champions, they just have built in their kit, ignore 25, ignore 15, ignore 50% of the defense just on a skill. Kael doesn't have that, but he has a 50% chance of ignoring 25% of defense. I kind of like that. Giant Slayer has a 30% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking. So the first one was 60%, right? Okay, I like that better. Bonus damage equals 7.5% of the target's max HP, so it's larger, or 3% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses. Bonus damage can occur on each hit of a skill. So if it's okay, so if there's multiple hits of a skill, that's why it's lower. So if you have a multi-hitting skill, that makes more sense to choose. Okay. Bonus damage can occur on each hit of a skill, but does not count as extra hit. Has a 30% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking. Bonus damage equals to 7.5% target champion's max HP. Or 3% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses. Okay. And can't even get this one, but I'm going to look at Flawless Execution, 20% upgrade. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with War Master or Helm Smasher. He has a 6% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking. So more than 1 out of every 2 times, he'll have a damage equal to 10% of the target champion's max HP. So enemies could have up to 10% additional damage or 4% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses. So an additional 10% is nice. What's better, to have an additional 10% of damage or the possibility of ignoring 25% of defense? Because I think more hit points would come off if you're doing that. %. This is actually a tough choice. So 1 out of every 2 times you ignore 25% of the target's defense. So if someone has a decreased defense already of 60%, then you add an additional 25% off. I mean, that could be ignore well, it's not ignoring the defense, but you decrease defense by 60%. Then you ignore 25% of that. So someone had, just for example, 10,000 defense, you decrease it by 60%. So that would be 4,000 left. And then you could ignore 25% of the remaining. So you have 3,000 defense you're attacking. Okay, I like that. 1 out of every 2 times. Whereas this one is 60% chance. So I'm going to say 1 out of 2 chance to get bonus damage. Bonus damage equal to 10% of the target's max HP. So the bonus damage really isn't dependent on the quality of your hit, not RNG. It's just, it looks like it's simply you get an additional 10% off this champion if this procs of their hit points. Huh. That is a tough choice. I'm honestly really torn. I'm going to come back to this one. No, I'm going to pick it right now. I don't want to be too dramatic and suspenseful. 6% in bonus damage. I mean, this is fixed. It's a fixed amount. Whereas this one, it's about the same chance, but it's not a fixed amount. It's based on the quality of your hit. And I think that could be more damage. I do. I really think this could be more damage. Huh. Because this is fixed. Okay. I mean, both of them are rolling dice anyways on the attack. So, do I want bonus damage, or do I want the possibility to ignore defense pretty much on every attack? More defense than I'm already ignoring. 25% just ignoring the defense that's remaining. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with this one, Helm Smasher. Unlock. All right, excellent. Next champion is Apothecary. Let's take a look at these. Okay, so I'm going to start with the offense, or this one right here. I want this Spirit Haste. Increases speed by 8 for each dead ally. Stacks up to 24. I don't want dead allies. I really usually don't choose these, but we saw a lot of the allies died in the last video. Maybe this could speed everybody up and cycle things around, and then he can start healing more and causing less death. So I'm going to choose that. And then I think I've already researched this. I'm going to go down to Giant Slayer. This 30% chance of bonus damage. So I just have to unlock the kill streak to get down there. Increases damage inflicted by 6% in arena for each enemy killed. I don't think he kills a lot of enemies, but I just want to get this Giant Slayer for him. So this is the bonus damage for this individual. All right. And just to look, the support ones that I didn't do were over there. All right. You're my little offensive juggernaut of Apothecary. Kinda. Oh, go back to the champions. Here's Adriel, the only one who I have defensive masteries on right now. But first and foremost, going to do her support. I wanted to unlock this one for quite some time. Lasting Gifts. 30% chance to extend the duration of any buff cast by this champion while she's giving reflect damage shields every 3 turns. So every 3 turns she has a possibility to do it to last 2 turns. So technically someone could have a reflect damage up every single battle they're in. So definitely want that. And then just going through these support tiers. Elixir of Life, extra 3,000 hit points. Timely Advantage increases the champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally drops below 25%. Increases turn meter fill rate by 2.5% for each active debuff cast by this champion. Stacks up to 10%. And Eagle Eye. Accuracy by 50%. All right. Well, I will take a look at the defensive first. Selfless Defender increases the damage an ally receives from the first enemy hit in each round. I don't want her to take any damage. It has a 50% chance of increasing the turn meter. This is Cycle of Revenge. Increases turn meter when attacked by a critical hit. When an ally is attacked by a critical hit, cool, will only increase the turn meter once if an ally receives multiple critical hits from a single skill. So that's like the boss, 2 critical hits. Retribution has a 50% chance to counterattack when a champion loses 25% of their H. When this champion loses 25% of their max HP or more from a single hit, well, she doesn't really hit hard. Well, she does. She's actually a hard hitter, and I might actually reset these masteries after I play around with them, only because I want to try her on offense, because her A1 hits kind of hard. She has an AoE attack too. It's interesting. She's kind of an interesting champion. But I think I'm going to choose this one. 50% chance of increasing the turn meter by 15% when an ally is attacked with a critical hit. So definitely want to do that. And then on the defense of tier 6, I just want to look at these. Iron Skin, defense plus 200. Bulwark increases damage all allies receive. Decreases damage all allies receive by 5%. This champion will receive damage instead. No. Fearsome Presence increases the chance of placing a stun. No. I want that. And then Unshakable. Unlock one of the masteries on the previous tier list. Okay. And resistance. All right, so I think I'm going to do this one. Increases this champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 50 or 25% hit points. I should have done it with Apothecary now that I think about it. Increases the turn meter. Yeah, I'll do that one. So she's going to be the turn meter, timely intervention. She'll come in and do an AoE heal to the team. Or reflect damage. Okay. Next champion is going to be Stag Knight. And we're going to get him on the support side. So first and foremost, he requires Sniper on the tier 5. This increases the chances of placing any debuff from skills or artifacts by 5%. And the reason that's important is when you go to his skills, Hunt Master, it's all booked up. I have it that way. It's only a 95% chance to proc and then land. So getting it to 100% is very important. So this extra 5% gets it to 100% chance of procking. So I'm going to do that. And then on the tier 6, I'm just going to do this one right away. Accuracy by 50 points. I'm unlocking that. There we go. And then let's see damage. Increases the damage inflicted by this champion's default skill by 2% each time it's used during battle. Well, yes, because he really only has two attacks. The AoE decreased defense and attack, the A2 and the A1. The A2 is the AoE decrease attack and decrease defense. And then the other one's a double hit on his A1. So he's going to be using that quite often when he's not doing his AoE attack down and defense down. So I definitely want him to have a little bit more damage. All right. And then the next champion is Coldheart. So similar to the other champions, she has a 30% chance to extend the duration of any debuff cast, while she has a heal reduction and she has a poison. So I would definitely like to have those increased. And then will she have more damage with her A1, or increases damage inflicted by 6% in the arena when enemies killed? I would rather have that. 3%. Increases damage inflicted by 3% in all other locations for each enemy killed in this champion. Yeah, up to 12%. So she's going to be in spiders, so she'll definitely be getting that extra 12%. And then on the bottom row, interestingly, I'm going to put extra crit damage on her. That's a fixed rate, 20% extra damage. There's no RNG involved at all. So every time she does her Heartseeker, which is her main move, she'll have an additional 20% critical damage at all times. I think that's important for her. And then finally, last but not least, here goes Draco Morph. His final 3 masteries are going to be all on the offensive tree. And let's do it. We already did this kind of for Kael. I'm going to actually do the same thing I did with Kael. Increases damage inflicted by this champion's default skill, 2% each time it's used during battle. Yep, his A1 is ridiculous. Increases damage inflicted by 6% in the arena, 3% all other locations for each enemy killed. Well, he kills a lot, so I want more damage. And then I'm going to do Helm Smasher. has a 50% chance of ignoring 25% of the target's defense. Wow. And on his A1, what's very interesting is that if there's any surplus damage, it goes to another champion. So he will have a chance of having two enemies, if he kills the first one, have that 25%, ignoring the 20% of the target's defense. I mean, that's awesome. But the alternative that I would choose is War Master. But I really like this Helm Smasher, actually, so I'm going to do that. Wow, his power went up significantly. Actually, looks like all these champions' power have gone up somewhat, some way, shape, or form. All right, so boom, 6 champions fully mastered. Feels really good to have that done. I didn't mention this before, but it was over 6 weeks to go from maybe tier 2 to tier 6 for all these 6 champions. Lots of energy expended, but now that it's finished, it feels good. And in the next video, it's going to be a final run to compare the first video showing these champions going into battle, and the next video will be the follow-up to see if these tier 6 masteries provide any additional damage and help push through content faster, or get further, or provide more damage. All right, so thanks for watching. Make sure you check out that next video. Click the like button while you're here, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you next time.